Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and today we're looking at iZombie, not to be confused with the comic book series iZombie, or the CW TV series named iZombie, or the myriad of other TV series with zombies in it, or the myriad of other video games with zombies in it. Uh, so, this is a pretty basic app, as it were, and so for that reason, while it does have controller support, I'm going to stick with using the mouse to start with in the main menu and then switch over to the controller. Like when you look at the menu here, it tells you that A is attack and B is stop and X is follow and Y is reset. If we don't get a tutorial there, that's good to know. But then if you look at what you would have to do if you were playing with this with the mouse, hold down the left mouse button and then move in the direction, or hold down the right mouse direction and move forward to attack, or down and to the right to stop, and or is that follow, and is it down to the left to reset, like, or is it down and to the right to attack and forward to stop? Because the color coding here makes no sense at all. And then even the keyboard setup really doesn't make any sense. The ASDR, that's the home row keys, with then moving things with the arrow keys. So I'm airing this right now as second Halloween. There's just so many games that have zombies or horror things in this, and this clearly by the art's not going to be too spooky. You're going to be playing as the zombies trying to defeat the humans, and there's nothing, I guess, too much more to really go into there. It's just that so many horror games come out that it eventually became obvious that sometime around February each year I need to have a second Halloween month in which I just cover horror games that aren't the spookiest possible, but also potentially have a theme of being something that you would normally play in October and Halloween. Of course, if you are a gamer that doesn't want to have anything to do with spooky stuff and scary stuff, regardless of whether it's childish spookiness or actual rated M adult horror games, you're gonna have a lot of those in the video game world, unfortunately. The sound and volume started at 4 ticks. You would have thought it would have been right in the middle. I am an advocate for all games starting their own volume in the middle, but I brought it down to 2 ticks. If we go up here, it's a pretty large jump in just 1 tick. So I imagine you would still need to probably adjust the game's audio outside in the Windows volume settings. It didn't start in full screen. It didn't start at 1080p. I brought it up to 1080p. As I was bringing it up to 1080p, some resolutions would just letterbox, which is, I guess, fine to keep the ratio. It's certainly not the way I would want to play. And then there's some interesting community levels here. This is another great example of how the menu doesn't really make sense, because it's like filter. There's no button associated here, so if I was using the controller, I don't know what that would do. And it's pretty slow. It's obviously pulling from like a slow server somewhere, probably a slow little database that barely has any actual space being used, because I bet the levels are super simplistic. But you have seemingly no censorship, no language filtering, nothing like that. But I imagine this is going to be mostly a simple game, not quite in a 100% achievement game, but I imagine it is mostly going to be trying to beat all the levels and trying to get all the achievements after you've beaten all the levels. And this is going to be kind of like Plants vs. Zombies, I imagine, more puzzly, and will, once you've got all the levels done, So here's another good example. Is I'm using the controller now, and it's the left bump and the right bump apparently moves you over to the left and right. So we have like 30 levels, and clearly these last 10 were probably added as a Christmas expansion, and then I imagine this game was just pretty much abandoned. Part of the problem, of course, with putting out a small game, and this is from a developer who's put out several zombie games, so it feels like he's probably just trying to play on a gimmick and sell things kind of cheaply and make his money and run. The problem with this is you can't really support a game like this like you could Angry Birds, which was super successful, and then they made several sequels and several expansions and resold the same game effectively over and over again. So you do see a decent amount of games that have only like 30 levels, and depending on what you pay for them, if you're paying 50 cents for them or less than $1 or $1 for it, it's fine. If I paid $10 for this game, I'd probably be disappointed. If I paid more than $10, I'd almost certainly be disappointed, even if these are 30 of the greatest levels ever. So let's go in here. So let's move the mouse cursor off the screen. That's first thing. So we have a timer in the top right. We are the zombie on the left, and we move around. I will say that on an Xbox One's controller, this is kind of a slow, sluggish movement, and I kind of wish the sensitivity could be turned up a little bit more. But that's kind of it. And so I just hit the Y button, and that resets. And so if this is a time thing, pretty obviously we want to go Y to reset, and then move over the guy, and then eat him. And we did that in 4.27 seconds. And then we are right on top of the next level. So that was a little tutorial. So now it's telling us A is attack, B is stop, X is follow. So I guess attack is controlling the other people. Apparently I died. So I am the leader zombie, and so I am telling them to go and attack for me. There we go. 6 zombies saved. If we had 3, we would have gotten 3 stars. For just completing the level, we would have gotten 1 stars. Of course, a star system like this is very mobile phony, but clearly, at least on the Steam version, there's no microtransactions here. It doesn't even seem like you're going to use the it doesn't even seem like you're going to really use the micro, like these guys with the guns. Ooh. Yeah, so we need to wait for these guys to pass and not see me, and I think they can turn around, and then there are different types of humans, clearly. And so zombie, 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 and then follow, and then we're just gonna say attack here, and then we're gonna get out of the way. Will these guys even speed up, or do they move at the exact same speed as the other enemies? Well, I'm glad they're giving me some strategy here. Like, this would have been kind of bad if I had breezed through this whole game. Not terrible though. Like, it really isn't the worst thought in the world to just play a simplistic short game. That's the kind of thing I'm always trying to avoid, or let's see. We don't have like a attack or anything, so like we don't regen health. So I guess what we do is you do this. And defeating an enemy doesn't kill them as much as turns them to your side. But yeah, there's definitely some strategy here, and there's definitely something more to this. Let's see. So if I just tell them to stop, they will go here. Now, another problem you will have in games on Steam is a lack of balance. And yeah, this might be a case of the game being just too difficult and not really having a strategy that you can actually succeed here. Which that would immediately kill the chance of there being any of getting all the achievements, certainly. So we want to get all of these guys on our side, and then get these guys to follow. I wouldn't even really call what I am doing here a zombie creature. I kind of look more like a Cthulhu-esque creature. So I think this is what we need to do. So is there some kind of form of upgrade? Or some like secret panel or something? They do seem like they are like they can spot me through the building. I don't think they're supposed to be able to do that. Yeah, well, I could kind of break their pattern. It seems like they have like a 360 view angle, which so let's go back to the main menu, and let's see, we can't do something before, and there's no upgrade system here, so you just out of luck apparently. See, attack down. Alright, so the right click does bring up the menu, which is slightly more useful, but moving doesn't really work with the mouse. So the mouse controls are a joke. And let's see. Unless there's some misunderstanding. It's just... These guys will run over here and get... I mean, we've got a guy that made his way all the way over there. Let's see. Right stick, D-pad. D-pad moves you around the same way the analog stick does. Pause. Help would just be that. Options would just be that. Seems like we have... Seems like you could potentially even win if your main character dies. Then we had a rainy section. There's just kind of nothing here. Like, I don't get it. It doesn't feel very balanced, and it feels like you're just out of luck. Like, let's hit A, and then just see what we can do there. Is this really just a matter of we've got to? Because there's nothing here that's pulling it. Like, not really. I can get a guy to be slightly interested in me and pull them a little bit, and that's about it. And this is quite the puzzle. I feel like specifically the instances of... So does the other guy have a gun now? Is that possibly what this is? See, that this guy's like regaining health. Interesting. That was more challenging than I think it should have been. It really does just kind of seem like you're gonna have to surprise these guys and then tell them to follow you and then wait for your energy to refill, which seems to be fine. Then we want to just kind of run into this guy right now and then tell him to follow you. It's kind of odd how this is a time management game, considering how the one thing that you need and you can use as a resource is time management. More time. Alright, so basically get her over here and then attack this guy real quick. Then I'm moving really slow. Seems like maybe I send off a healing ability, if I was to guess. And with that healing ability, alright, so we're gonna have to make a mad dash this way. Yeah, I don't see how you would beat some of these levels, though. Oh no, the scientist is working on an anti-zombie super weapon. We're very quickly into this game, getting some changes in the gameplay mechanic, which you probably needed that, but this is kind of like a weird combination of a stealth game and a yeah, it's like a weird combination of a stealth game and a zombie game. Plants vs. Zombie, I guess, would be the best comparison here. And I don't think I can take any of these guys out. They've got way too fast of guns. So on the visual display, as this game is going by very quickly, it looks fine. It sounds nice. I would speculate that this is probably some open source piano music that probably works just fine. Alright. So that's not going to work. What I'm going to have to do is wait until this guy can't see me and then try and run back that direction. There's definitely a time limiting factor here. Alright, so I'm gonna just hide against this wall and we're gonna wait until he's back and kind of around so he can't see me. Like, you kind of have to assume that they do have some form of cones of visions, but they kind of don't either. They seem like they can see you from any angle. Alright. So was that the entire thing? Yes. And we got 3 stars because we did that under 24 seconds instead of killing all the guards. So the required goal for winning has changed, which I appreciate that. So we see like a contaminated box in the lower right corner. So am I supposed to swing out and take this guy out, or am I supposed to just hope to avoid him? Just barely enough health. Just barely enough. So go 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 go. And now stop. Follow me. And then let me just heal. And go 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 go. It doesn't seem like the game will continue past your character dying. That was a misunderstanding. It's just there's a slight delay to when the game resets. Alright. So when this guy is here, can I take him? Yes, I can. And then we can just wait. And I guess if you wanted to play super strategically, this is what you would do. You would risk everything and potentially die because you just got one extra hit on you. clearly this is a game that needs like a health upgrade or some other ability increase, speed upgrade, if not a health upgrade, something that would make this make more sense. The inconsistency alone here is a problem. The fact that sometimes you can make it, sometimes you can't. And it seems like it mostly just circulates around the idea of standing directly on the person. Yeah, some kind of grenade ability or something. Something that would really let you do some form of explosive damage. Yeah. Some kind of backup of anything, I think, would be very much appreciated. And as you take damage, you slow down, so it becomes exponentially less likely that you'll succeed if you have even one error happen to you, like one little mistake, and you're stuck at a crawl. Alright, so go. And then come over here, and everybody heal back up. And then I think we can just send them all here. And then heal everybody back up. And then send them all over there. So this really is a strategy. Let's just go get them all. We save 6 instead of saving 8. Some of these numbers do feel like they're just kind of made out of nothing, just made up. Alright, so that's too fast. Convincing one guy to slow down and break ranks isn't a bad idea. But getting to that group didn't really work. So I guess you just kind of want to run rather fast. And see, you've got this problem now where that group of like 3, we kind of need to get all 3 of them killed, or run around and get a 4th and beat them. I kind of wish there was some saves going on here, honestly. Alright, you go up there and you get that one guy then. So let's just get all of these guys all nice and ready. And when these guys get close, I'll send out them. Come on, take them out. Alright, and so the humans heal too, so you're doomed. There's more challenge here, but it is in the repetition. That's something I would say Plants vs. Zombies kind of lacked. You didn't really have to play too many levels. if you didn't want to. And then when you're hurt and moving slow, there's not a lot that you can do in your downtime. This is kind of the equivalent of when you're damaged or hurt and staggered in a first-person shooter and your shield's down, and all you're doing at that point is just waiting for it to recharge. Alright, go. Alright, follow me. Follow me, people. Follow me. So you want to get as many people on your side and ready to go as fast as possible. So, and even like one hit is probably a mistake to then chase out there. So you have to be kind of down to this box. And I guess these little boxes do make an interesting little grid that you can use for a visual reference. So we want them to get like a quarter the way down or halfway down, and then I needed to send them out and not send myself out, and I sent myself out. And I can take like one hit, and that's about it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like this is really polished gameplay as much as this is just straight up some levels that maybe would work on their own. Alright. Alright, follow me. We've got to move very quickly to get all the way down here. And you kind of have to have this fast twitch movement here. It's just like he shoots at you, and then you run backwards and maybe dodge the bullet. But I really don't feel like I'm doing such a good job. When it's raining like this feels like this is a purely visual effect. It doesn't seem like that's a bonus or a assist that's going on. Alright, well now they're all bunched up. Does them being bunched up help me in any way? No, I would say not. I'd say it's the exact opposite. Them being bunched up is a bad thing. Yeah, and we potentially are going to run into a scenario here where we run into a level that is just challenging enough to make that requirement of spending 10-20 minutes to beat each level, which would bring this game's playtime up, which kind of needs like 30 levels, of which many take less than a minute. It's not going to be a very long game. So, take it nice and slow. Come on. Over here. Be nice if there were some checkpoints. Alright, go, go, go. Alright, come back to me now. So it's like just stand in one place and then take them out and build up your army. And this still may not really work because what might happen is very much a case of, even if I get this last guy on our zombie team, 3 against 3 is probably still going to be a problem. And all I'm doing right now is hitting A and X, which that definitely feels mobile gamey. Yeah. Alright, so we'll go ahead and go for a full spin around, and we'll try to send everybody after them, and one hopes that that would work. Like, the only thing I could think is that there's really not going to be a major separation here. I guess maybe there can be. They took out a couple guys, but now there's only 2 of them. So maybe that worked. And this is just A and X, A and X. This feels like you could play this on a cell phone, and you wouldn't have any significant increase in challenge more than what I'm having right now, which, in all fairness, is probably a lot. There you go. So somehow they wanted all 11 zombies saved. I don't think that that's reasonable. Nor do I feel like you really are getting anything for these levels. So this isn't really going to be a long series, as you can tell. Like, we did 8 of 30 in the first 30 minutes. Unless these just become super difficult, then these community levels are probably not going to be that interesting. So if I tried to, like, say, filter by not new, which probably is useless, but the number of votes, there's probably something that's been voted very highly that is just an achievement game, an achievement helper level. But this takes forever, jeez. And you can't change your mind either. So it seems like every instance of this game is running and searching off of some database somewhere, some incredibly slow database, just pulling all of it with no optimization at all. So yeah, that's how long it took. And then apparently I actually have some friends on my Steam account. Then there's a whole subscribe section. Again, just pulling the entire database, it seems. Just way too slow. Like, you've seen other games where you've had level selectors or ranking systems where leaderboards, things like that, and they are nowhere as slow as this is. So yeah, I'm about 50-50 on this game. The good news is I don't remember how much I spent on it. This is very possibly a game I got for free, although if it is, I've forgotten about it. So if I get games for free, it's usually because they're either free on Steam or they're given away. Well, pretty much nowadays just free on Steam. I used to look for like free codes and things like that on Twitter, but it wasn't worth my time to even look for them because it was so unlikely to ever actually happen. But yeah, I do have about 30 games I got free, or this might have been a game that is free right now on Steam, So at free, 30 levels playing this game is fine. If I had paid $10 for it again, not so fine, because we are almost certainly going to be done with this in the next hour of game time. Almost certainly. And unless they continuously throw in new concepts, the game's going to get really boring rather fast. Maybe even before we get to the 30th level, it'll get boring if they don't throw out new concepts. Unlike Plants vs. Zombies, though, if they do introduce new concepts, we're going to have a very limited number of levels in which we can use those new concepts. I would say Plants vs. Zombies also kind of has this problem where you unlock certain flowers, and at a certain point you can't use the newer flowers for the older levels. There is a backyard act where you have backyard plants that you start with, and then there is, well, I think that's actually the front yard, and then there's like a backyard pool act with water plants that you can't use really in the first levels, and then there's a nighttime act where you can only use mushrooms in Plants vs. Zombies, so you can't really use regular flowers at all. And then there's the potted plant rooftop act at the very end, which is a problem. And apparently this is just going to search forever. I'm not subscribed to anything, so the result on a database search should be 0. Like, it should be a real quick zero entries found. It's ridiculous. The good news is, though, I guess you can get out of that, and we might look at to create a new level too, and see if we want to create our own levels. But again, that would boil down to how much variety there actually is in this game. You can't really sell your game with 30 levels and a level creator and say it's done, because you're going to be competing against things like, well, Baba Is You is getting a level editor as of this recording, so pretty soon. There's tons of other games that have level editors and have more than 30 levels, so the comparison would not be favorable. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. We'll come back and play some more levels in the next one. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.